to go. We're set up for a wild finish in Irving, Texas. Philadelphia leads by 5. First down after the interference call at the 44-yard line. Michael Irvin not in the game. Aikman, swing pass, Emmitt Smith to the 41-yard line. Cowboys have one timeout. Another look at the deflection, not seen by the officials, but you can't blame them on this one.
No, watch very, very closely. The left pinky finger of Mike Mamula is going to hit the, watch the ball rise. See it go up? He hit it, but look, he did not change the rotation of the football. It's very easy to understand why no official saw it.
2nd and 7, and it's thrown, and a diving catch is made by Eric Bjornsson at the 18-yard line.
What a great effort by the tight end who used to be a wide receiver at the University of Washington, and you saw him acting like a wide receiver. He stretched out for that ball. It was overthrown. He made a brilliant catch.
24 yards, a guy who actually started as a quarterback. Cowboys conserving their sole timeout. From the 17, Aikman to throw, swings it to Emmitt. Emmitt will step out of bounds to stop the clock with a minute to play. Dimry forces him out inside the 15. 2nd down 7.
What a pass, what a catch by Bjornsson. Laying out. Talk about a big play for your team when your team desperately needs one.
The playmaker on the bench, Michael Irvin. They don't have him. They bring in Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker's a good receiver. He can work out of the backfield, or he can work in the slot, and this time they'll put him in the slot right.
In the slot, Shepard Williams wide right, Anthony Miller wide to the left. Aikman hustling out of the pocket. Aikman throwing to the back of the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown by Miller.
Troy Aikman kept that alive. Anthony Miller, who they said they needed back desperately at wide receiver, they were right. But Aikman throwing it back away from the way he was running, a brilliant pass.
And look at that. That ball was actually hit by Watson. Watson tipped the football, and Miller stayed with it.
And the Cowboys will go for 2 to try to make it a 3-point lead. Remember, Philly gets the ball back with 51 seconds, and they have 2 timeouts. Troy throws, and it's incomplete, so it's a 1-point lead, and a Philly field goal would win the game as Darren Smith put the pressure on Aikman. So as Irvin and the rest look on, Michael out of the game because he's hurt. Miller missed last week's game because he was hurt, but he's the hero of the moment. It's 21-20, Philly to get the ball back with 51 ticks to play. Texas Stadium going wild. Another look at Anthony Miller. Picked up as a free agent in the offseason. Watson got a hand on it. Miller stayed with it.
Well, first of
great
all,
concentration on the part of Anthony Miller.
I think everybody in the stadium thought that Troy Aikman was going to run with the football and try to pick up a first down running with the football. He had tons of open field in front of him. And it surprised me when he put the ball in the air. I thought he was going to keep it. But he got it right to Anthony Miller, and Tim Watson for a long, long time is going to have visions of that football going right between his hands.
And going with extra adrenaline, sends it 5 yards deep, and Witherspoon is going to come out with it. And he's tackled at the 16. Darren Woodson. And 2 weeks in a row, amazing endings on Monday Night Football. I have never in my life seen a coach so stricken as Joe Bugle was last week in Oakland at the end of the game, nor have I ever seen a coach so ecstatic as Barry Switzer just was as we saw that replay following the catch.
And this one is not over. But Anthony Miller, Barry Switzer told us last night, we need him back desperately. What an understatement.
First down from the 16. They have 2 timeouts remaining. And Shante Carver comes across the line.
Well, Mayberry at left tackle is
Been doing it all
wiggling
night.
and wobbling and all sorts of movement over there in his stance.
This won't help Philadelphia. Again, a difficult throw by Aikman. With this ball deflected by Watson. Great concentration by Miller.
But right between Watson's hands. When you look at that over and over, you keep expecting on one of these replays, Watson's going to intercept it.
First and 15. That's Philadelphia's 13th penalty of the night. Detmer guns it to the 35. Caught by Freddie Solomon, the hero last week. He caught the winning touchdown pass against Green Bay. Philly wants to conserve its timeouts. Detmer says, I'm going to spike the ball here to stop the clock. And he does with 28 ticks left.
Bonio's record, his best kick is 52 yards, and that's the kind of range they're going to have to get into.
How ironic, if it comes to this, that we could see Chris Boniol in Texas Stadium line up a field goal in an attempt to beat the Cowboys. I guess in this era of free agency, we should get used to it.
From the 37. Detmer guns it too high and incomplete, intended for Michael Timpson. Pryor back in the game. Irving was shaken. He was covered that time by Kevin Smith.
Well, Ty had to step way up in the pocket. Shante Carver with the pressure from the outside. Timpson was open. Detmer just couldn't get him the ball.
Detmer knew he was in trouble and about to be sacked. He just fired it a little too high and a little too high.
From the 37 on third down. Fired to the 50, juggled, caught. Timpson makes the catch at the 50. Timeout Eagles. 16 seconds.
Well, and the key here, the key is that the Eagles still have one timeout left. So they can work the middle of the football field. They're not restricted to throwing to the sidelines. They can use any part of the field they want because they can stop the clock to get Boniol on the field.
Boniol's career-long 52 yards. So to kick a 52-yarder, you have to get to the 35-yard line. They're at the 50. That 52-yarder for Boniol was 1 year ago today as a Cowboy against the Colts.
Well, what they call is going to be dictated by what they have picked up, what the Cowboys use in given situations. And ideally, you would like to throw it into the middle of the field and get a run and then kill the clock.
From the 50, it's a four-man rush. Detmer, he may have been across the line of scrimmage. It's caught at the 30-yard line. It's taken there by last week's hero, Solomon, who takes it to the 5-yard line, and they'll take a timeout as the clock ticks down to 1 second.
And there's no flag. No flag anywhere on the football field.
Detmer was very close to going across the line of scrimmage.
What an emotional yo-yo these coaches
Take a look
have
at
been
this.
on.
We're sitting right on the 50.
It was so close.
There's your line of scrimmage.
Just short of the 50.
He's going to be close.
On the
no
Eagle
question.
side of it. Look at that. He's across. And the Eagles can say, well, so what? Mamula tipped it, and it shouldn't have been a pass interference call, and that's why Dallas was able to score.
Again, there's a good look. The ball just short of the 50. Oh, the foot and the ball both across the 50.
Yep.
And the crowd's looking at that also.
And he's inside the logo.
Yep.
It's the star. The official was starstruck.
Right. I'll disregard that. Both the foot and the football were across the line of scrimmage when he delivered it.
22-yard attempt for Chris Boniol. Tommy Hutton to hold it, to win the game for the Eagles. And they makes it, and Hutton loses the football.
You believe this?
And Dion will tell you it's divine intervention, and nobody's going to argue with him.
And this game is over.
Unbelievable.
Eagles players are throwing their helmets. They're lying all over the field.
That was impossible. Hutton juggled it, got it down. Bonio was out of sync. And then Hutton loses the ball, and that's the end of the game.
He had plenty of time.
Can you believe that?
Nope.
Bizarre.
Bonio still had time. There was no Cowboy rush whatsoever. If Bonio could have somehow reset himself and just taken a little punch at it, he might have been able to get it up there.
Barry.
I am a lucky man. Repeat that 10 times, Barry. I am a lucky man.
I mean, where do you begin to write the story of this game? Where do you start? That is one of the, that's as improbable a win as we've seen on this package in God knows how long.
How about I've been here 27 years.
You know something, though?
Like this.
If you're a Dallas fan, you can say you deserve that because Detmer was across the line of scrimmage when he let go that pass.
Jacksonville next week. Until then, Al Michaels, Frank Gifford, Dan Deerdorf, Lynn Swan, good night from Irving, Texas.
Football, the game has started at 9 Eastern, except for last year. And the ending has been so unexpected that many a Monday night has turned into a rub your eyes Tuesday morning on the couch on the East Coast, trying to stay up late. And oftentimes when you did that, you were rewarded with a bizarre ending. There are several that come to mind, but the one our panel selected as the most bizarre ending in Monday Night Football history is just the last straw in a series of strange happenings. It happened in Dallas on a September Monday night 2 years ago.
Week 3, 1997. Pre-game prayer proved no match for an Eagles onslaught. For the game's first 57 minutes, the Birds bullied and bruised the boys from Big D.
It had not been our night. We had been struggling quite a bit offensively that evening.
You know, we were out there having a good time, and guys were flying around. We were calling a lot of blitzes against them.
Are the Eagles coming? They are. Back goes Aikman. He hit. The football is loose. I think the Eagles have it. They do.
I ended up getting 2 sacks, and both of them resulted in fumbles.
Aikman takes his drop. He's under rush. He's hit. He fumbles the football. It's loose. It's picked up by Thomas. Thomas at the 20, at the 15, at the 10. Touchdown, William Thomas. Back, looking. He is firing, and it is caught for a touchdown by Chad Lewis, his first in the NFL.
Still, with 2 minutes to play, Dallas mounted a drive.
Fortunately, we were able to put together a drive there late to get points and go ahead. And it was at that time we thought we were going to win the football game.
Aikman backpedals. Aikman rush. Aikman running. He is going to throw it into the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Anthony Miller with 51 seconds left.
The touchdown pass, one of our guys missed the interception, went straight through his hands. And we were just like, man, what's happening here?
Cowboys 21, Eagles 20, 16 seconds remaining. Detmer back, Detmer looking, stepping up. He's going to fire the football, complete at the 30, at the 25-20, at the 15, 10, cutting back is Solomon to the 5.
In a whirlwind of 90 seconds, a sure win had deteriorated into a certain loss, only to morph back to a stunning victory. Only a chip shot field goal remained.
Looked like we were definitely going to lose the football game when all they needed was a field goal.
Everybody like, okay, you know, this has to be it.
Spotted.
I think we were as shocked as anybody that we went on to win it.
I had to do a double take.
As it turns out, I was sitting with the people from ABC. They said, you guys sure know how to play one right to the end for us on Monday Night Football.
I didn't even look. I just closed my eyes, and you just heard the crowd just go in uproar. And you know what that means.
That was bizarre. How about your selection at ESPN.com? Thanks to the more than 30,000 of you that voted that game as the most bizarre ending in Monday Night Football history. So our blue ribbon panel.
Night Football. Here's a look at the ending and some things you've not seen before.
Are you ready for some football?
Walking that outside linebacker. So just going to stay in the middle.
92, Greg. 92, bro. 92. Pull us back.
Look at me here. It's a major circus act on a weekly basis. We just love to entertain.
Flag. We got a crowd. Ready 4. Take 4. The other guy 2. The other guy ready 2. Take 2. Ready 3.
Dallas, Philadelphia has evolved into one of the great rivalries in the NFL. Philadelphia dominated the first half of that game.
Then Aikman gets sacked. The ball is loose.
I just thought to myself, you know, Dallas can play all night. They're not going to win this game. And then what happens is, Aikman throws not one of his greatest passes ever.
Hustling out of the pocket. Aikman throwing to the back of the end zone. It is off to a touchdown by Miller.
Aikman in the shot. Aikman in the shot. Ready 2. Take 2. Ready 3. Dissolve 3. Irvin. Ready 12. Take 12. Ready 7. Take 7. Ready 4. Take 4. They go for 2. Ready 7. Take 7. Go to 87 machine. Going for 2. One going for 2.
And all of a sudden, Dallas has the lead, and then, I don't know, something told me that it's Monday night. It's crazy, and sure enough, here comes Philadelphia, and they come back down the field.
From the 50, it's a 4-man rush. Detmer, he may have been across the line of scrimmage. It's caught at the 30-yard line. Taken in by last week's hero Solomon, who takes it to the 5-yard line, and they'll take a timeout.
You know, Philadelphia finds themselves in a position where really a relatively easy play wins the ballgame.
22-yard attempt to win the game for the Eagles. And the crowd stops it, and Hutton loses the football.
No! Ready 5. Take 5. Take 5. Ready 2. Ready 2. Dissolve 2. Pull it 2. Pull it 2. Pull it 2. Ready 5.
84 and 87.
Ready 3. Dissolve 3. Ready 1.
Good no way.
Take 1.
Let's go 87
Ready
now.
87. Dissolve 87.
That was impossible.
And this game is over.
Unbelievable.